Oh, what's happening, Nation? It's Sunjoku. I am happy as shit right now. I cannot even begin to tell you the emotions that are going through me right now. This was a must-win game for us. I didn't want to be over dramatic in my other videos, but we needed this. This was a huge, huge game for us. I'm so damn happy we pulled this game out. And I'm going to be the first one to say it. Our defense won us this game. I can't even believe that I'm saying that shit. They came out there and played so good. If you have any doubts about our defensive line, take it someplace else. As I told you, our defensive line was for real, and they showed up today. They showed up in a big way. Farrell's ass jumping out there getting 2.5 sacks. This game was awesome. We were getting picks left and right. Made Philip Rivers' ass look like a joke, which made me so happy. Because if you follow this channel, you know I truly, truly hate the Chargers. We're going to relive this whole damn game. I'm so freaking happy right now. We're going to start off, we're going to take a quick look at the inactives. I knew as soon as I saw this afternoon, we were going to win this game because our entire offensive line was playing. It was a shootout, just like I said it was going to be. And it came down to Carr's damn hands. I was so happy when I saw it. If you're down by 4, you give Derek Carr the ball with time, guarantee you're winning that game. Oh man, this game fucking had everything. Just everything. What an awesome, awesome game. So let's go ahead and just take a look at this real quick. The Lions' first drive, they started off with a 22-yard pass to Eckler. He was lined up outside, and I was like, oh shit, here we go. We're going to start this running back bullshit again. But then we get a big sack by Crosby and Farrell. Both come in there at the same time and just crush him. And then we get a big pick by Joseph, but Mullen got called for the pass interference right there. That didn't matter. That set this defense off. Just completely set them off to where they were ready to feed. They saw a weakness. I don't know what it was, but they saw something in Philip Rivers today where they just decided to go for it. They were missing both their starting tackles by like the mid-first quarter in this game. They feasted today. I was so happy to see it. But the Chargers start marching a little bit. Crosby makes a big play. Gruden made another challenge that I don't know why he does it. Just stop doing it. But he did it. And then a huge, huge pick by Harris. It was overthrown. He was just sitting there waiting for it. He ends up getting a huge 59-yard return off of that thing. We got the ball in their territory to start our very first drive of the game. Jacob seems to be running pretty well. He got a pretty good start right there. I honestly wrote down right here that Carr seemed pretty focused. They didn't have the ball. I think they had the ball like 15 plays in the first half, so you really can't judge Carr in this first half. I don't care what anybody says. You can't get anything going if you don't have the ball. We're looking pretty good. Gabe Jackson gets a big holding call. It's 2nd and 15, and then Carr ends up, well, then it's 3rd down, but then Carr ends up getting sacked by Ingram. That was the first time he got in. We kicked the field goal. We got some points off of it. I was actually pretty happy about that. It's the Chargers ball. Chargers start driving. Harris gets another. Harris is the damn player of the game, player of the year. I don't care what you want to call him. This kid had such a massive game tonight. I was so damn happy for him. I don't know what illness he had, but if he can give that illness to the rest of the Raiders, I will take that shit because our defense was off the chain tonight. Yeah, returns it for a big-ass touchdown. Max Crosby had some huge pressure on that play. You have to give him credit for part of that. We jump out to a quick 10-0 lead. I'm celebrating like shit at this point. The Chargers get the ball. It becomes pretty obvious at this point. They're able to run the ball against us. I was shocked to see it, but I mean, it is Melvin Gordon. They were missing their 2 tackles, though, so I really thought they would have a pretty good shot at just completely shutting down that run game. We did not. Gordon ended up having a pretty big game, but it ends up being 3rd and 4. It's like, just get off the field. Please just get off the field. Who jumps in there? Benson Moea comes in there for a big, big time sack. Defensive line stepping up again. We forced the punt. Our defense right now is going nuts. I'm baffled at this point. I said last night I just wanted our defense to get off the field. I did not expect our defense to go out there and win this game. That is so huge for us. It just goes to prove to you, if our offense is having an off day like we did in the first half, our defense has the ability to step up. I know it's a lot of young kids right now, but it's a lot of young kids that are totally bought into this system. And it's working, man. It is totally working. And so we force them into the punt. We need a long drive. 2nd and 20, we do a quick dump to Waller, which we did that a lot. We had a lot of 2nd and longs, and it was just little dump off passes, just try to get us back some yardage. That was 3rd and 13. It was a bad throw to Zay, and we punt. So at this point, we've only had 2 drives. We've only ran like 6 plays. We got a field goal and a punt so far. This next drive, I'm not going to go through all of this shit, but the Chargers can march the field. This was a 16-play, 74-yard drive that they ended with a touchdown. Compton ended up making a pretty big stop on this. Joseph ended up making a huge hit on 4th and 1 during this drive, which turned that dude's body and stopped him from getting that first. But then on 4th and 1, they went for it. And then they just kept running the ball. Farrell ended up getting on offsides. And then they kept marching. And then he got another offsides, which totally sucked because, I mean, that's 2 in 1 drive. But at this point, the Chargers had ran the ball 9 times, and they'd only passed it twice. Because every time they threw it, Harris stepped up, picked that fucking idiot off. Haha, take that, Phillip Rivers. But they get the first down. They got the ball on the 2. Farrell ends up getting his hands up, getting a big pass deflection. Then the next play, Harris ends up making a big breakup. He almost has another pick. And then 3rd down, Hunter Henry's wide open in the back of the end zone. A lot of people want to pin that shit on Mullins. If you watch that play, it wouldn't have mattered who Mullins picked on that play. Nobody else rotated to that far right with him. So he was pretty much in no man's land out there. He was either going to throw it high or throw it low. Either one of those dudes were getting into the house. Somebody missed their coverage right there, and it wasn't Mullins because his job was just a pick, and then somebody else is supposed to be out there. But regardless, it ends up being 10-7. Like I said, that was a massive drive. Ate up a good bit of time. I even wrote down right here. It's like, come on, Carr. The offense, it started real slow, but I really thought this was going to be the point where we pick it off. The Ingold ended up getting a big penalty right there. And then it was on the kick return. Yeah, he ended up getting a big penalty on that kick return. And then we ended up going 3 and out. And I was like, our defense is back out on the field. Ingold got another penalty on that punt that we ended up making. So we're already set back again. We really needed something right here. Our defense, after that fucking 16-play drive, they were tired. I'm not going to fault our defense for what happened here next. But, I mean, our offense was screwing us right here. I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to put the blame on anybody. I'm going to put the Chargers defense was just shutting us down for that first part of this game. I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes you go out there and get shut down. We made our adjustments. We did what we had to do. Really happy to see that. But then the Chargers have the ball. Gordon makes a big-ass catch out of the backfield, running back out of the backfield. You know how I feel about that shit. 25 yards. Our defense is super tired. Then there was another big pick by Harris. Man, I woke up my entire damn house when Harris picked that ball up again. But it was offsides by Crosby, which there's so many offsides calls in this game on both sides of the ball. These dudes were just teeing off on each other. This was such a damn good game to watch. But they end up going through, and then Gordon ends up busting one up the middle, gets pushed by the pile, gets into the house. Now all of a sudden we're losing. It's 14-10. I told you guys the other day this game was going to stack up just like the Lions game, and sure enough, 14-10 in the second quarter. There's 4:14 left. We need a TD. If nothing else, we just need to establish something. Jacobs makes a big 16-yard pass. He kind of got shut down in the running game for the majority of this game. He came through in the end, and I was really happy to see that. He came through in the passing game in a big way. This was one of those plays. He ended up having over 100 all-purpose yards. So happy to see that. The kid is so damn good. But we end up getting down to a 3rd and 11. We end up hitting Zay Jones for 10. It's 4th and 1. 2-minute warning. Ball's on the Chargers 44. And, I mean, if you're like me, you're sitting there thinking, okay, we're going for this. Here comes Ingold. Sure enough, he comes out there, gets us the first down. Richard catches a big pass for 13 yards. I'm loving watching Carr scramble. He scrambled so much on that play to get that ball out of there. It's just another part of our offense that Gruden has really brought back out of him. He did it in 2016, but he stopped doing it. I know he was hurt. He didn't want to take those big shots, but now that he's doing it again, it just opens us up so much more. And then it's second and 10. There's 32 seconds left. Ball's on the 18. Little screen pass to Washington. We end up getting it third and 1. 22 seconds left. Ingram got hurt because he tried to tackle Josh Jacobs. Same thing happened to Bosa. Don't try to tackle Josh Jacobs. Boy, will hurt you every damn time. But then all of a sudden, Ingold out in the flats, making up for those penalties that he had. He had that first down for us, and then he ended up getting into the house for us. Huge touchdown for him. That was his first one of of his career, pretty much. So I was so happy to see that. Props to you, Ingold. You totally, totally deserve that shit. You've been playing so good for us this season. But there you go, 17-14. That was a 10-play, 76-yard drive for us. It was under review for a second, but the play ended up standing. I mean, that was clearly a touchdown. At this point, Carr's 7 for 8, 64 yards and a touchdown. Jacobs has 5 carries for 19 yards. I knew we had to get him more into the game. That ended up bringing us to halftime. Or the Chargers got the ball back, and then they ended up running twice and then just running the clock out. So it's halftime. What do we need to do? We need to get Josh Jacobs going. We have to. I don't care if it's running or getting him in the passing game. We have to get him the ball more. We have to get him working. The defense needs to be rested. We kept them off the field the last 5 minutes of the half. Then they had halftime, and then we get the ball when we start the second half. So, I mean, the defense was going to have a good bit of rest in that period right there. But at this point right now, we only had 100 yards of total offense, and our defense has 10 of our 17 points, ultimately. So, we're looking really, really good right now. I know we have the lead, but you could tell that Phillip Rivers is starting to figure us out. He's starting to make a lot more audibles at the line. They're starting to get chunk yardage out there. But we get the ball. Second half starts. We just finished marching the field on that last drive before the end of the half. We're just going to keep it up offense. Big first down by Renfro and a face masking call. That pushed us down the field a little bit. A big catch by Waller. We get down to the 15. It was just a perfect ball by Carr. Then a good run by Jacobs. It's 3rd and 2 on the 4. Damn, Carr overthrows Zay Jones. That really hurt. I mean, it is what it is. He should have had that one. We ended up kicking the field goal, 2014. So we come out, what was it? It was 9 plays, 64 yards. So we marched the field. We ended up getting some points off of it. I was pretty happy about that because we ended up getting the ball and marching. We didn't just 3 and out. We've done that the past 2 games at halftime, and that kills me. The Chargers get a penalty on their kickoff. It's their ball on the 10. Farrell again, another huge sack. 3rd and 12, big breakup by Mullins getting back in there. I know he had his problems this game, but overall I think he played a really good game. Chargers end up punting from their end zone. It's a totally shit punt. We end up getting the ball on the Chargers 45. Right here, our defense is rested again. They're looking awesome. They know exactly what they need to be doing. Go in there and force them out. That was a 3 and out right there. Our defense, man, I cannot say enough about our defense. I was so shocked tonight. Like, just so shocked. We get the ball back. We need another big drive. Jacobs gets stuffed again. But on this play, Jacobs and Bosa met in the hole. Jacobs dropped his shoulder, and I know this play went for like a 1-yard loss, but Bosa ended up leaving the field afterwards. You could see the pain in his eyes. I don't care if that was a loss. That was one of the best plays of this entire game. I was so happy to see that. It ends up being 3rd and 2. Washington gets stuffed. We go for a 53-yard field goal. That's Carlson's career long. He ended up shanking it. I think Gruden might be pretty pissed at him by the end of this game, but at the same time, we won it. When you win, a lot of things are forgiven. And the things that he missed besides that extra point, I mean, 53 in a big-ass game, I understand you missing that. I'll give you that one. So it's still 2014. Chargers ball. Rivers overthrows. Oh, man, that was it. When Rivers overthrew that ball, Patton was wide open. He had our safety and our corner beat. He's not a super fast dude, but that would have been a huge, huge play. Ends up being 3rd and 10. And Moea's ass gets in there and causes a big fumble. Philip Rivers fumbles the ball. He crawled after that thing. He looked like a dude running from bombs in a military movie. He just didn't get there in time. But the Chargers end up punting, and then that was back-to-back 3-and-outs. So, I mean, our defense is still doing their job. We get the ball back. Jacobs, big 14-yard pass. Carr gets sacked again by Ingram. Carr got sacked a few times this game. I knew it was going to happen. They all were pretty clean sacks. Just people getting burned, but nobody really crushed them, so I was happy to see that. And then got to be 3rd and 10. That screen pass, if Waller would have caught that ball, and it was kind of a shitty pass from Carr, I'm not going to sit here and lie about that. That screen was set up so perfect, we would have had that first down and a lot of yardage. But he dropped it, so we ended up punting. The Chargers get the ball on their 17, and then a big-ass 45-yard catch by Mike Williams. Just totally burned everybody. Mullins had pretty decent coverage on that, but Williams is a big-ass receiver. Gordon ends up busting a big-ass run. They get the ball down to our 15. Carl Joseph on the next play comes through on a run blitz. Timed that shit perfect and just totally fucking lit Josh Gordon up. It was beautiful. That dude was going nuts after that play. 3rd and 6, they get a big delay of game. During that delay of game, I'm shocked they didn't call a flag on this. Our defensive line, after they blew the whistle, just crushed Philip Rivers. I loved every fucking second of that. I'm not even going to lie. Just watching him get swallowed by two dudes. So happy there wasn't a flag there. But then it was 3rd and 11. Huge stop by the Raiders. They kick a field goal, so now it's 2017. It's a 3-point game. We get the ball. It's the 4th quarter. 2nd and 6, it's incomplete. 3rd and 6, big first down by Williams. We start moving. We keep feeding Jacobs. I was happy to see that. We did not give up on our running game. Even though it wasn't working awesome, we just kept feeding them, and it ended up paying off in the long run like everybody saw. But then it was 3rd and 5, and Carr got sacked by Nwasu. We end up punting, but we were moving the ball a little bit right there. It's the Chargers' ball on their 20. We're up by 3. It's 2017. Our defense, I don't know if you guys caught this, where they were cutting the cameras. Our defense was out there dancing. Like, it didn't phase them. Like, the moment did not phase them. There was literally like 6 dudes standing together, just kind of dancing back and forth. Big-ass smiles on their face. And then the first play, Farrell busts his ass through there, gets another huge sack. It was 5 sacks. I told you guys we were going to get 6. That was 5 sacks, 2.5 by Farrell at that point. There's 11:15 left. It's 3rd and 4, and they get it. But then the next play, Crosby gets a big hit. I was like, hell yeah, all right, we're looking good again. Then a big PI call on Worley, which you're going to see a lot of people talking about this shit. It was before he actually made that break. Worley had him. I mean, that was the right call after they showed the replay. But I was like, all right, we need a stop. We need a damn stop. They get a big holding call, so it ends up being 2nd and 15. Allen ends up making a big play. They're marching down the field. There's 7:37 left in the game. Another big-ass PI call on Harris. I mean, it was PI. I'm not going to sit here and say that it wasn't. Sucked to see it, but it was PI. Chargers keep marching. They get the ball down to the 10. Boom. Touchdown Chargers. 80-yard drive. Went all the way down the field on us. Took the lead back 24-20. If you follow this channel, I was happy as shit at this point. It's like, hell yeah. 24-20, 3:53 left in the game, and you're going to hand the ball to Derek Carr in this offense. I'll take it. I'll take that every fucking game we play. I was so happy when I saw that. So Carr ends up running, gets a first down. There's 2:50 left. Renfro gets a big first down. Carr was looking to him at the end of this game. There's starting to be a trust built up right there. That's going to end up being huge for us. We get the ball to the 50. Richard ends up making a big catch. It's 2nd down, and it's a 2-minute warning. I'm like, fuck yes, we are driving the field. Things are looking awesome for us. The ball's at midfield. We're down by 4. It's like, come on, just keep marching, Carr. Just keep marching. Eat up the clock. Do what you have to do. And then Renfro again, another big ass first down. Just huge, huge for us. We get the ball down to 27. He takes a shot to Williams to the end zone. I really thought we had that. He just overthrew him. That would have been huge for us right there. I mean, it is what it is. Then it's 3rd and 1. There's a minute 6 left in the game. I didn't know if we were going to go to Ingold. I didn't know if we were going to go for some kind of play action. But then I think everybody else knew besides me, who was just going through way too much shit we could have done. We hand that shit out to Josh Jacobs. He ends up busting it for a huge, huge run. And the thing was, he just came in right there. Like, who was it? Richard had been in the entire quarter, leading us down through that entire drive. Jacobs comes back in. We hand him the ball. And then, boom, he busts it for a huge touchdown. 26-24. We shanked that extra point. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought right then, as soon as he missed that extra point, I said to myself, oh, shit, we just lost this game. Not because, I mean, I know our defense was playing great, but, I mean, I'm a Raiders fan. You're a Raiders fan. I know you thought that same damn shit, especially when it's Phillip Rivers and he just has to get in the field goal range. But it is what it is. So, but Carr did it. Carr led us down the field again. He got us that touchdown. You Carr haters, you can take that shit to another channel. This kid is the real fucking deal. The real deal. I'm done hearing it. Done hearing it from the people on ESPN and all that other shit. Find me another quarterback that can come out there, and every single time it's in a clutch situation, you can count on him to win that game. That is Derek Carr, and that is why I love this kid. But then we got to be on defense. We have the lead. We're up by 2. We come out. Ball gets tipped. 58 seconds left. Rivers overthrow. 52 seconds left. 3rd down. Almost picked by Harris. 4th down. Flag on the Raiders for holding. Automatic first down. It was against Mullins again. You're going to take that shit when you have a rookie corner out there. I said it. I said I was willing to deal with it. I am willing to deal with it. There's 43 seconds left. They run another play. It ended up going nowhere. There's 37 seconds left. This one kind of sucked for us. Joyner ended up getting hurt on that next play, and there was a penalty on the Chargers, so it was 3rd and 10. Joyner looked like his ass was hurt coming off that field. So that, I'm hoping that ends up being nothing. We have a pretty good rest period through this, but he didn't end up coming back in the game. Granted, there was only 30 seconds left. But then Oakland denies the penalty that was on that first, or on 2nd down, so it ends up being 3rd down. There was a big overthrow by Rivers again. More damn pressure coming in there. And then it's 4th and 10, 27 seconds left. Carl Joseph's ass comes up with a big, big pick. Back-to-back games, he shows up to win us the game. I'll say it. Carl Joseph, you are back in my good graces. You have earned your damn spot on this team. I know you've had your ups and downs. I've called you out for them, but you are playing so lights out. You had such an awesome, awesome game again. And between you and Harris, our safeties, Joyner honestly had a really good game too. Our secondary won us this game, and it was so damn happy to see. Let's just go ahead and take a look at some stats real quick. Phillip Rivers, only 207 yards. That's Phillip Rivers and all his weapons. Our secondary stepped up. He threw for 2 touchdowns, but his ass also threw for 3 interceptions. See ya. Your season's over. And I'm so glad we're the ones to put the nail in that freaking coffin. Melvin Gordon, look at that. We had a back go over 100 yards. 22 carries, 108 yards and a touchdown, 4.9 yard average. Before anybody gets too pissed about this, we played a complete passing defense this game. We knew they weren't going to be able to bust any like huge runs. So we pretty much said, we're going to go into complete coverage, make Phillip Rivers beat us. And we took him. We took him and we beat him. And I think you're going to see more and more of that defense coming. Bend don't break on the run, and then we're just going to cover up everybody you have. Keenan Allen, I know he had 8 catches, but only had 68 yards and no touchdowns. Mike Williams only had 2 catches and 55 yards. He ended up having a big play, though. Hunter Henry ended up playing a pretty big game. I know he only had 4 catches, but he had that big touchdown, and his catches that he had were pretty clutch. We're still having trouble with the tight ends. Oh, we won't have that trouble next year, but for right now, we do have it. Melvin Gordon only ended up having 1 catch. So we played pretty damn good this game. Their defense, Ingram ended up having the 2 sacks, and then that Nuwasu kid ended up getting in there for 1. So we ended up getting sacked 3 times. Our boys played a hell of a game. Derek Carr, 21 for 31, 218 and a touchdown. He did get sacked a few times this game. Josh Jacobs, he had a 4.4 yard average. He had a touchdown. They played him pretty damn good this game. Like I said, he was over 100 yards in all-purpose yards with his receptions. This kid is unreal, just unreal. Ingold ended up running the ball once to get us that big-ass first down. Love seeing that. Richard and Washington, tough games. No real backup support for Jacobs. I mean, they came out to shut down the run, and they did it. I'll give them that. But Carr ended up, look at all these different receivers he hits. Kills me. Had Richard for 4, had Waller for 3, had Jacobs for 3, Williams for 3, Washington for 2. Zay Jones and Alec Ingold, that Alec Ingold touchdown was awesome. Zay Jones wasn't a very big part of this game at all. Ty Williams, the catches that he had were pretty big, but their defense played damn good this game. The fact that we marched when we had to in big situations was a huge factor in this. Whitehead ended up going off this game with his he ended up having, I think it was like 14 or 15 total tackles in this game. Farrell, 2.5 sacks. Moeo, 1.5 sacks. Crosby with a half sack. Maurice Jones-Hurst with a half sack. Oh, we need a pass rusher. Oh, you need fucking linebackers. We have pass rushers. We're lighting it up with our pass rushers right now. Man, Nation, I am so damn happy right now. We're 5-4. We're over 500. That was the next 3 weeks are easy wins. Easy wins. Man, we're about to make some big moves right here. For everybody that tunes into these, I truly do appreciate it. I love going live like this. We got a few people in here. Let me see who's in here right now. Yep. Izzo, the defense stepped up. Yes, it did. There's no doubt about that. Oregon, ugly win, but it's a W. I mean, a win's a win. I don't care how we take them as long as we do get them. Rivers won't be re-signed at the end of the year. I don't know about that. I think they'll let Rivers play out until he's pretty much done. Strickland said, I said it before, our defense needed to step up, and they did. They did, dude. They stepped up in such a huge way. Like, such a huge way. I'm so damn proud of our defense. I really didn't think our defense could do that. But they did it. They came out there and they stepped up and they fucking did it. And that is massive for us. It just showed the rest of the league that we're more of a complete team than everybody thought that we were. And now that we have a winning record, and the rest of Sunday's games, I told you guys this was going to be such a big week as far as like the impact that this has on the AFC. If there's a couple big losses this week, you'll be amazed how good we're looking moving forward into this. I can't be happier about that shit. Like I said, man, I appreciate everybody that watches this. I truly do. If you're new, please do subscribe. I love breaking down these games before and after and just going through. I'm so pumped up right now about this season. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I truly do appreciate it. We'll be back in a couple days. Start checking out next week. Let our guys get some rest. We should be back to 100% health with pretty much everybody after this break. So, man, Raider Nation, here we go. Here we go. Hope you guys are ready for a playoff run because I know I damn sure am. We'll see you guys next time. Absa Joku. Everybody have a good night.